Welcome to 10 Facts, Today Crimes of 1971. 1. Charles Manson conviction. On January 25, 1971, Charles Manson and 3 of his followers were convicted for the 1969 Tate LaBianca murders. This case became one of the most sensational crime stories of the 20th century, involving the brutal murder of actress Sharon Tate among others.
Go ride a horse. Do what? Go ride a horse. Feelings towards everything. I feel no bad. I know no bad. Open them. I'm not against you. Huh?
Are you bitter?
Bitter? No. No.
I have a question. Are you guilty of any murders? Are you guilty of plotting any murders?
I killed a chicken once.
Any
And I
human
felt-
beings?
No. No.
You're absolutely...
2. D.B. Cooper hijacking. In November 1971, an unidentified man using the alias D.B. Cooper hijacked a Northwest Orient Airlines flight, extorted $200,000 in ransom, and parachuted from the plane, never to be seen again.
A Northwest Airlines jet, ransoming the passengers in Seattle, then making a getaway by parachute somewhere between there and Reno, Nevada. The description on One Wire service, master criminal. Bill Curtis reports.
36 passengers got off the jetliner in Seattle last night, left aboard 4 crew members and the hijacker, dressed in a business suit demanding $200,000 and carrying a plain briefcase which he told the crew held explosives. With the full ransom collected from Seattle banks and 4 parachutes aboard, the plane headed for Reno. It took 3.5 hours, slow for a jet, but the hijacker had given detailed flight instructions. The rear stairwell was open all the way. It arrived at Reno in shreds. The crew, here being debriefed by the FBI, was told to fly low over Oregon's flatlands with the flaps down. The speed dropped to 200 miles per hour. Somewhere, the hijacker parachuted away with the money. The crew had little to say.
3. Joe Colombo shooting. On June 28, 1971, Jerome A. Johnson shot and critically wounded mafia boss Joe Colombo during an Italian-American rally in New York. Colombo was left in a coma from which he never recovered, significantly impacting the Colombo crime family.
We're told that there is somewhat of a heavy guard around this whole area there. Could you describe what this
Well, there are police, of course, lining the hallways. Policemen are lining the hallways. They're downstairs too. Yes, I would say there are quite a few policemen around.
Can you tell us at this time how many doctors are working on him and perhaps who's the head of the surgical team?
I think there are 3 doctors inside the operating room. One is a neurosurgeon who's head of the team.
Do you know his name?
Dr. Erwin Hansen, Hanson.
Is he a member of the staff here?
Yes, he is. Attending neurosurgeon here at Roswell Hospital.
Colombo's family doctor here?
I don't know. I know that members of Colombo's family are here, his wife and 3 sons.
Where are they?
4. Dubrow Furniture Store robbery. In January 1971, members of Philadelphia's Black Mafia gang committed a brutal robbery at the Dubrow Furniture Store, torturing and killing employees in an attempt to burn down the building.
Sometimes store owners would become missing. January of 1971, Mims, along with 7 other members of the Black Mob, robbed the Brow's Furniture Store because the store decided they wasn't going to pay. The mob made sure they made an ugly scene to leave a message. They took customers and employees hostage. They killed 1 man, set a second one on fire, tortured several others, and tried to burn the building down with all the hostages inside. February
5. Söderhamn Courthouse murders. On February 1, 1971, in Sweden, the Söderhamn Courthouse was the site of a double murder when a man killed 2 bailiffs during a court session. 6. Murders of Rhonda Johnson and Sharon Shaw. In March 1971, the bodies of Rhonda Johnson and Sharon Shaw were found in a wooded area near Clear Lake, Texas. Serial killer Edward Holden Bell eventually confessed to the murders, but the case remains unsolved.
January 3, 1972, 2 young boys were fishing in Clear Lake, Texas, when they spotted something in the water that looked like a ball. To their horror, it turned out to be a human skull. 6 weeks later, a search team found the remains of 2 individuals in a swampy area near the lake. The only way to identify them was through dental records. The victims were 13-year-old Sharon Shaw and her 14-year-old friend Rhonda Johnson, who had gone missing without a trace 5 months earlier.
7. Operation Searchlight. In March 1971, the Pakistan Army began Operation Searchlight in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, leading to widespread atrocities and the start of the Bangladesh Liberation War.
Operation Searchlight is termed as the heinous massacre and genocide of innocent Bengalis in Bangladesh that was committed by the Pakistani armed forces in the name of saving the unity of Pakistan.
Attica Correctional Facility escape. Joseph Mad Dog Sullivan became the first man to escape from Attica Correctional Facility in New York in 1971, only to be recaptured weeks later.
Sullivan was a mad dog killer from day one, not only a hitman. He was a serial killer. Everybody was scared to death of this guy.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't like the action, the chase, the hunt, the excitement.
You learn quickly that either you killed or be killed, and he excelled in that.
25, 30, 35. There's a lot of people. You don't keep count.
I never knew about the murders. I loved my husband. I was naive.
It was a game in the beginning. Then it went to becoming a nightmare. You become a monster.
9. Pentagon Papers leak. Although not a traditional crime, the publication of the Pentagon Papers by the New York Times in June 1971 was a landmark event in journalism and espionage, leading to legal battles over freedom of the press. Daniel Ellsberg was charged but later acquitted.
Made history back in 1971 after leaking the Pentagon Papers, which revealed that the government had a long-standing doubt about the war in Vietnam. Ellsberg worked as an analyst for the U.S. military when he shared those documents with the Washington Post, and it did spark a national debate over freedom of the press and helped bring an end to the war.
10. The Attica Prison Riot. September 9, 1971, inmates seized control of the Attica Correctional Facility in New York. The inmates were protesting against poor living conditions, racial discrimination, and lack of educational and work opportunities. The riot ended on September 13 when state police and prison guards regained control, leading to the deaths of 43 people, including 33 inmates and 10 hostages.
I was sentenced at Attica for a robbery in 1966. Attica was a nightmare. Conditions, overcrowded. From the moment I got there, I was conscious of the racial prejudice. The guards, they were vicious. The prison ran on anger. It ran on fright.
Thanks for watching 10 Facts. Please like and subscribe, maybe share with a friend. Bye.